Hello, True Blue Oklahoman here. A couple of quickies about Oklahoma. Um, First two things are from the Oklahoma Voice, a very, very good news source here in Oklahoma. This one talks about Doge, Oklahoma. Do you remember that was still alive and well, I guess? Doge, Oklahoma is cutting $15 million in funding for childhood immunization programs. In Oklahoma. Meanwhile, of course, measles and tuberculosis are spreading. Oklahoma already has terrible child care health outcomes because of the lack of rural access to child care. And now it's just going to get worse. They're cutting $15 million in funding for immunizations. Boy, I guess they couldn't find anything else. Somehow that's going to be fraud, waste, and abuse. I don't get it. Moving on. Child care in Oklahoma. For 2023, child care costs for an infant was $1,300 a month. For a toddler, $884 a month. Preschooler, $739 a month. Home-based child care, I guess for homeschoolers, was $930 a month average. So, there are so many women in Oklahoma working just to pay child care. They work to pay the child care so they can work, so they can get benefits, and maybe they can eat a little bit too. But the state of Oklahoma is coming after them. The only real solution is universal child care. But I wouldn't hold your breath on that. Unless the Democrats control the United States of America, that'll never happen. But anyway, here's a few numbers from the Oklahoma Policy Institute. 42% of Oklahoma electricity comes from wind power, wind turbines. You know, the word that Trump can't even say, wind turbine. 42%, almost half of all the electricity produced in Oklahoma comes from wind. We are one of the top wind-powered states in the country. You know, so think about that next time you hear all this crap talk from conservatives about the evils of renewable energy. If we don't go with renewable energies, we will ruin the world. We will destroy this planet. 42% of our electricity in Oklahoma comes from wind. 8.1% of the labor force in Oklahoma is done by immigrants. Only 8.1% is immigrant labor. Mostly because of the things we produce here in Oklahoma that take combines and machinery to harvest, not people. That's the main reason that's a low number. 30% of low-income Oklahomans are either homeless or spending over half of their income on some type of housing, whether it's an apartment, whatever they can live in. They're spending over half of their income to have shelter. I don't know. Here's a good one. Approximately $1.44 billion is going to be returned to Oklahoma's few, very few, 1% people in tax refunds this year thanks to the big bloated budget. So the very, very incredibly minute numbers of people in Oklahoma that are considered to be in the 1% of top earners. Even in Oklahoma, almost $1.5 billion is coming back to them in tax refunds. Meanwhile, tariffs are going to cost you a fortune. Tariffs are set now. You know, Steel, everything made of steel is gonna cost 50% more in this country. That's gonna raise the price of everything, from housing to soda cans to, you name it, you name it. Steel and aluminum is used in just about everything. We're on a fine ride here, folks, in Oklahoma. And we need to treat our children better, we certainly do. We sang about it, I did, when I was a little Baptist boy in Oklahoma. We sang about it, but we don't do it. Just like the Republicans talk about all the wonderful things they're gonna do, but so far they've done the opposite every single time. There's only one solution. Have a good day.